ayé ò lè fẹ́ni tó wá gbọ́ fẹ́ni tó bá mọ̀ wò ayé yìí o. Okay guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Just Original. And if you're watching this, I want to appreciate you so much. And fortunately or unfortunately, this is going to be my first video on this channel, and after the introductory video though, and to be sincere, I had to re-record this. I had to record this all over again because I initially recorded it last week, as at the time of this production, and in fact I didn't even know how it all just went off where I saved it. So I had to come back with another issue, with another discussion, even though I was discouraged at first, but I just had to pick myself up because I spent hours trying to make that video. So I think it was at the point where I was editing it and stuff like that, I was when I got it all mixed up and I lost it. But it's good to know that we are back and better, and by the time we come back, we will be moving straight into the point of discussion for today. Thank you very much. This is Just Original, and mind you, I'm not a singer though, so if you thought my intro, my freestyle at the beginning was kind of whack, well, you can as well just manage it like that because I'm not an artist. Thank you very much. Hold on, I'll see you next.
It's 10 o'clock on a Saturday night. Got my lipstick on, girls dressed up for 9. Exclusive party, but we got the invite. All of them the Grey Goose, make it dirty, alright. I see you standing there with the gel in your hair, looking like you stepped out of a movie, and you probably did. The chances I meet an actor in LA.
Okay guys, welcome back from that that short break, and I hope you enjoyed it. In case you were wondering what I was doing while we were watching that, I was just jamming to this music right here, and it's just getting me on another level. So it's good to know you are still there. And before we move into today's discussion, come on, before we move straight into today's discussion, please, just as usual now, I need to just let me subscribe, let me press that subscribe button, so that then click on the notification bell also, so that by the time I drop a new content, a new video, you'll be the first person to be notified if I do. So should we? Okay, have you done that? Oh, okay, hold on now. So you done? Thank you so very much. And we will be moving straight into the topic of discussion, just like I said earlier. And this will have to be on a kind of personal level, why even I myself, I actually learned a lot in the process of gathering information, making research on this particular topic of discussion. And it's something I actually see in our environment, or something I see around me, that I think we should talk about it on a personal level, you understand. And it's actually boyfriends and girlfriends staying together before marriage, boyfriend and girlfriends cohabiting together before marriage. Now, it's not as if I'm against it, and it's not as if I support it. Hope you understand. I'm just bringing this up because I have a lot of people around me, even people that we really do not talk. But I see now, mind you, I'm not talking about fiance or fiancé. I'm talking about boyfriend and girlfriend. Someone you're still dating, someone you're still not sure if she's the one, if he's the one. And the both of you cohabiting together, staying together in a place. Probably the guy moving in with the girl, or the lady moving in with the guy. Either way it is, at least two people of different sexes claiming that they are dating and living together without getting married. The pros and the cons. That is what we'll be discussing for today. So I hope you understand now when I said we'll be discussing on a personal level. We will be discussing on a personal level, and I actually learned a lot in the process of making research and meeting with people and trying to sample their opinions on this particular topic of discussion. So in lieu of this, I actually got a few points that I will be discussing with us here for today. And let's start with the advantages. The advantages of cohabiting with your boyfriend or girlfriend even before marriage. Now, the first one I have here says it's like a practice through what everyday life might be if you decide to get married. It's like a practice, to like experiment what everyday life will be living with that kind of person even before marriage. Well, I think to a particular level I agree with this. It makes you see things that you might not see when you just probably you guys go out on a date, you guys you just stay together for a few hours, then everybody disperse and everything. Staying with the person for a long time might give you the insight to okay, this person has kind of attitude, or okay, this person sleeps by so time, this person wakes up by so time, or okay, so person snores. It gives you an insight of okay, this is how this person behaves in this kind of situation, because there are so many things that you might not get to see if it's just maybe you guys just see during the day, or you just see outside, maybe in a public place or stuff like that. Living with that kind of person, staying with the person gives you an insight of how the person behaves in some kind of situations. So I think I go with this though. Still nice. So on to the next one. It says it gives a sense of how your partner's sexual needs is like, in terms of frequency and quality. Well, just like a whole lot of people will say, sex is a very important part of every relationship. Sex is a very important part of every relationship, and if you do not stay or cohabit with your partner for a particular length of time, you might not get to know what their sexual needs is. I'm not trying to undermine the place of religion here. I know most religions do not really support this particular part, because you're not even supposed to even have sex before marriage. Well, we are not looking at it from that perspective. I'm just talking about reality here, talking about things that are happening. So if you're a religious guru or a religious geek, please don't get offended by this particular point. But I feel it's actually right though, when you stay with your partner for a particular number of time, okay, in terms of quality and frequency, just like I said, there are some certain needs, and if those needs can be met by you, then okay, I think this person is, mind you, I said before marriage, living with your boyfriend or girlfriend before marriage. I'm not talking about after marriage. So it gives you a little bit of insight, to know, okay, I think I can cope with sexual needs. I think I can, and if you cannot, I think it gives you, enough knowledge to know that no, this thing cannot work. And I'll be, finishing this particular point with a word from Fleming. Fleming says sex is a small part of a relationship if it's going well, and when it's not going well, it's a big part. Yes, just like I said, in a society nowadays, sex is, in fact, not even nowadays, it has always been, but I think probably people are being shy, they are not bold enough to come out and talk about it. But I think now people feel free to talk about sex and anything that's to do with your sexuality outside. So that's why I said sex now, that okay, this person's sexual needs, I can meet it. If this person wants it in a certain way, then that okay, you can cope with it. And there's some other people that you cannot cope. It gives you the it gives you the room to just leave the relationship, other than probably if you guys don't even discuss to that extent and stuff like that, and you now get to marriage and you now start seeing a lot of things that you ought to have seen even before marriage. It might be a little bit heartbreaking and be like, I don't know. So I think staying with your partner, cohabiting with your partner gives you the insight, it gives you the knowledge, and it prepares you rather for what you are to meet. So moving on to the third point, it says the relationship may be deepened, yes, and enriched. That's true though. Being around or being in the company of someone you love, someone you are in a relationship with, builds this kind of how do I put it now? It builds this kind of relationship. It makes the relationship come so close. Even when you're outside, you people don't even need to talk before you understand each other. I don't know if you've experienced that kind of relationship before, that you guys understand every bit of your body language, or even rolling of eyes alone has a lot of meaning for someone, because you've been with that person for a reasonable period of time, and you certainly know everything about that kind of person. So it brings you to a kind of level where the relationship is deepened and enriched, that you guys know everything about each other. You guys know everything about each other. And when we come back, even before we round this advantage and the likes of, I know a lot of you at the beginning you might feel like no, I'm definitely not going with this, but with these few reasons I've given, just justify the fact that moving with your boyfriend and girlfriend even before marriage, or girlfriend rather, even before marriage, can still have its own advantages. Because while I was sampling people's opinion, people were like, no, this and that. They give their reasons though. Some were valid, some were not valid. Hope you understand. But most people do not really see the advantage side of things that they don't like. If they don't like it, they don't like it. Hope you understand. So I think when we come back, we'll move it straight into don't let me say disadvantages though, or the side effects of staying with your partner even before marriage. Please hold on. We'll be moving to the disadvantages of being in the same space with your boyfriend or girlfriend for a very long time, why you guys are not married yet. We ran down a couple of the advantages, and I know you must have picked one or two things concerning that. So very quickly now, I'll still be picking from my notes because I had to jot down some certain points. So first one I have here says you may lose your rightful partner in the process, or get pregnant in the process. Yep, you may lose your rightful partner, because even this one is, I think, is like the major one if I'm to pick as part of disadvantages, because this is still a relationship. It's not as if you guys are together. No, you are not together like permanently. If he's married, then okay, even if he's married self, anything can still happen. But now in marriage, the level of commitment is still like, okay, I'm married. Or in a relationship, come on. So what gives you the assurance that the person is the right person for you? So what if there's someone out there that likes you, or so you living with that kind of person now, it has, for that moment, for that period, for that time being, it has actually truncated the chances of you meeting the right person. That is if the person is not the right person for you. And the second point, you might get pregnant as a lady do. As a guy, you might impregnate another person's daughter while you're not married. Because people see each other almost every time. You're in the same space, you're in, so no one is ruling that out. You have countless series of intercourse, whether needed or not needed, because you guys are within the same space every time. Hope you understand. So one might lose the rightful partner, and you might get pregnant in the process. And once pregnancy sets in, it's it gets a little bit complicated. I was interacting with someone though while I was making research for this particular project, and the person was making me understand that in his school this kind of thing happened, and those guys, they were dating and they were living as couples. And the funniest thing is, the lady had 3 abortions for this guy. Yes, 3 abortions for this guy. And when they all finished, they graduated and everything, and the guy just came out and say, babe, I don't think we can be together. Now imagine that kind of thing, after going through a series of abortions for the guy and living together. I know even if there are some guys that like that girl, or probably want to profess their love to the girl, they will hold back a little bit and be like, no, she's in a relationship, or serious relationship at that. So I think you really understand the point I'm trying to drive out here. Then health issues. If care is not taken, you have health issues. If care is not taken, you have health issues. Because just like I said the other time, when I was trying to buttress the point that pregnancy is kind of inevitable, or is hard to because the both of you are together, and every now and then you might do, that's even if you guys have the highest level of self-discipline, there are still cases that will not be needed, and you actually do the thing though. And for the fact that you guys are together every time, you might not even think of using protection. because it'd be like we stay together, we, you know, you might not even using protection might not even be, you know, on your mind, and you expose yourself to a whole lot of diseases, STIs, STDs. And so moving to the next one, it might lead to emotional breakdown. Yeah, it might lead to emotional breakdown. Imagine someone you spent the last 1 year or 2 years with, staying in the same space, staying in the same, you know, in the same room, doing things together, and at the end of the day, rather, the person now comes out and says, "You're not the one for me." Might come from the guy's end, might come from the lady's end. You just picture that kind of emotional, you know, distress, that kind of emotional trauma that might come with it. Because especially on the lady's side, a lady in that kind of situation might, you know, feel she has gotten to her last bus stop, you know, the guys, and you know, guys as guys used to they just come up one day and just be like, "Babe, I don't think this can work between us." Imagine, people around must have known that, okay, this person is this person is that, and you know, why put yourself through, you know, that emotional trauma, even though it's not as if it's constant though. Some tend to work out, like they stay together before marriage and they get married, they give birth to kids, and their marriage is going fine. But why put your you know, your emotional, you know, being on the line for something like this? You understand what I'm, you know, trying to point out? Now, it lowers your dignity. Yes, in fact, I'll take this point as the second most important. Like, see finish, that's just the word to use for it. See finish, because come on, I'm seeing you every day now. You cannot undermine, you know, the importance of scarcity when it comes to, you know, in a relationship. I was speaking with someone and he said he wouldn't actually subscribe to the girlfriend. He's a guy. He wouldn't even subscribe to the girlfriend coming over to his place even before, you know, marriage, like living with him even before marriage. I asked him why, and he said there has to be this little space of chasing. And in fact, I held on to that word like, wow, this is brilliant. This is brilliant. He said there should be a space for chasing. Like, let me long to see you. Let me miss your absence. You know, it's just me seeing you, you know, going up and down the house every time. I see you when I want to see you. I talk to you when I want to talk to you. There's no scarcity. And scarcity, you know, brings, you know, the value of a product up. Look at Nigeria, for example. Now, if you have fuel scarcity, you see, even if you don't need it safe, you have to go and buy it and keep it. See, we don't know what might happen tomorrow. This one and that one. But now that fuel is not scarce, everybody will just, I can get to the filling station anytime I want, I can. But then when you have fuel scarcity, you have people that will wake up as early as 4 a.m. to go and queue at the, you know, filling station because it's scarce. So we cannot undermine the importance of scarcity, you know, in a relationship. In my opinion, I feel you shouldn't be too available, and you know, staying with your boyfriend, living with your boyfriend for, you know, a period of time makes you feel like, you know, it makes you lose your dignity. It makes you feel like you are too available and stuff like that. Fine, we know that in marriage, that's what people shall, because you live in the same space during marriage, but we know that that is marriage. Then in my opinion, why would you even want to experience what you know, what is still meant to be earlier than, you know, I don't know if you guys understand. Like, fine, even if it's settled, you guys will marry, but why do you want to jump the process? This thing is a process. Why would you want to jump the process? And okay, fine, you've been staying 2-3 years before marriage. If you guys finally end up getting married, and after getting married, it's still the same, nothing changes. What you've been saying before is what you will see continues. You know, at least leave this room for scarcity. Let him call you and be like, babe, when are we seeing? Let her call you and be like, when are we seeing, babe? And you're like, okay, let's see. At least don't make yourself too available, because when you're too available, forget, you lose your dignity. So the last one I have here is regret. Yes, regret. You might later end up to regret, especially in the Nigeria of nowadays, that in fact we have a whole lot of scavengers, a lot of people that just want to come, you know, use you and dump you, whether as a lady or as a guy. Probably they feel that you have money or you have, you know, certain qualities that they like, and they just, you know, they bring straw. It's not even straw they bring now, it's hose. They'll just suck you dry and leave. So why would you want to put yourself through that kind of burden and start regretting, your actions? So I feel, now we are a little bit wiser. When we started, when you started listening to this, and now you know the advantages and the disadvantages. Well, this has been quite an interesting journey. From the beginning, this topic is very, very, very interactive. And mind you, personally, if I'm to judge between the two, I actually feel just do what works for you. For the fact that you and your partner are staying together, does not stop him from seeing other girls. Yes, let me put this out. For the fact that you guys are staying together, you feel like, okay, you want to pack into his house. I'm like, yes, I want to go and go there, so it doesn't stop cheating. Sister, that doesn't stop him from cheating. I will say it again, that doesn't stop him from cheating. If he wants to cheat, he will cheat. Hope you understand. And I want to raise this notion of when people know that we are together, then there's this level of respect. Auntie, don't go to your boyfriend's place and be wearing oversized shirts with oversized slippers and be asking Semu or Eba. Give yourself brain. Because just like I said, it reduces your integrity. Now, I'm not saying don't go to see your boyfriend. Personally, I appreciate it if you come to my place, spend a day and leave to your house, or probably you come spend 2 days but come on, like, even I myself, I want to enjoy my youth. I feel that kind of thing will take that away from me enjoying the days of my youth, because there's this freedom there. That it's not as if I'm cheating, or it's not as if I'm doing something illegal or something, but I always need this space, this me space. Hope you understand. Now, so just like I was saying earlier, it doesn't guarantee anything. Whether you and your girlfriends are staying together, or whether your boyfriend is living apart and you're just coming in and going, it doesn't really matter. Just do whatever works for you. We've seen scenarios that they stay together even before they got married for years, and they later got married and they have a happy family. And we've seen scenarios where they don't even live together and everything still crashes. Hope you understand. So it still does not guarantee anything, but what my candid advice is, just do you and do what works for you. So until next time on Just Original, please enjoy yourself.